देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतिरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Hare Krishna. So we'll continue with third canto, 33rd chapter, verse number 26 today. Yesterday were like 2 slokas together. So 24, 25. ब्रह्मणि अवस्थिता मतेर् भगवती आत्मसंश्रये निवृत्त जीवपतित क्षीणक्लेशप्त निर्वृति. ब्राह्मणी अवस्थिता मतेर् भगवती आत्मसंश्रये निवृत्त जीवपतित्वात् क्षीणक्लेशप्त निर्वृतिः. ब्राह्मणी अवस्थिता मतेर् भगवती आत्मसंश्रये निवृत्त जीवपतित्वात् क्षीणक्लेशप्त निर्वृतिः. ब्राह्मण अवस्थिता मतेर् भगवती आत्मसंश्रये
क्षीणक्लेशाप्त निर्वृति. ब्राह्मणे अवस्थिता मतेर् भगवती आत्मसंश्रये निवृत्त जीवपतित्वात् क्षीणक्लेशप्त निर्वृता. ब्राह्मणे अवस्थिता मतेर् भगवती आत्मसंश्रये निवृत्त जीवपतित्वात् क्षीणक्लेशप्त निर्वृता. ब्राह्मणे अवस्थिता मतेर् भगवती आत्मसंश्रये निवृत्त जीवपतित्वात् क्षीणक्लेशप्त निर्वृतिः. From the unfortunate condition, Shina disappeared, Resha, material pangs, Apta, pain,
Translation. Her mind became completely engaged in the Supreme Lord, and she automatically realized the knowledge of the impersonal. As a Brahman realized source, she was freed from the designation of the materialistic concept of life. As all material facts disappeared, she became completely. Her mind became completely engaged in the Supreme Lord, and she automatically realized the knowledge of the impersonal Brahman. As a Brahman realized soul, she was freed from the designations of the materialistic concept of life. Thus, all material plans disappear, and she attained transcendental bliss.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, your voice appears to be low, Mataji.
Yeah, I'll change the settings. Now it's better.
Yes, Mataji, perfect. Purport by Srivanjay, C.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. The previous verse states that Devahuti was already conversant with the absolute truth. It may be questioned why she was meditating. The explanation is that when one theoretically discusses the absolute truth, he becomes situated in the impersonal concept of the absolute truth. Similarly, when one seriously discusses the subject matter of the form, qualities, pastimes, and the entourage of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he becomes situated in meditation on him. If one has complete knowledge of the Supreme Lord, then knowledge of the impersonal Brahman is automatically realized. The absolute truth is realized by the knower according to three different angles of vision, namely impersonal Brahman, localized super soul, and ultimately the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, if one is situated in knowledge of the Supreme Person, this implies that one is already situated in the concept of the Supreme Soul, Super Soul, and impersonal Brahman. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Brahma Bhutaha Prasannatma. This means that unless one is freed from the material entanglement and situated in Brahman, there is no question of entering into the understanding of devotional service or engaging in Krishna consciousness. One who is engaged in devotional service to Krishna is understood to be already realized in the Brahman concept of life because transcendental knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead includes knowledge of Brahman. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Brahmanu hi pratisthaham. The concept of personality of Godhead does not depend on Brahman. The Vishnu Purana also confirms that one who has taken shelter of the all-auspicious Supreme Lord is already situated in the understanding of Brahman. In other words, one who is a Vaishnava is already a Brahmana. Another significant point of this verse is that one has to observe the prescribed rules and regulations as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Yuktahara Viharasya. When one engages in devotional service in Krishna consciousness, he still has to eat, sleep, defend, and mate because there are necessities of the body. But he performs such activities in a regulated way. He has to eat Krishna Prasada. He has to sleep according to regulative principles. The principle is to reduce the duration of sleep and to reduce eating, taking only what is needed to keep the body fit. In short, the goal is spiritual advancement, not sense gratification. Similarly, sex life must be reduced. Sex life is only one for begetting Krishna conscious children. Otherwise, there is no necessity for sex life. Nothing is prohibited, but everything is made yukta, regulated, with the higher purpose always in mind. By following all these rules and regulations of living, one becomes purified and all misconceptions due to ignorance become nil. It is specifically mentioned here that the causes of material entanglement are completely vanquished. The Sanskrit statement anartha nivritti indicates that this body is unwanted. We are spirit soul and there was never any need of this material body. But because we wanted to enjoy the material body, we have this body through the material energy under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As soon as we are re-established in our original position of servitorship to the Supreme Lord, we begin to forget the necessities of the body and at last we forget the body. Sometimes in a dream, we get a particular type of body with which to work in the dream. It may dream that I am flying in the sky or that I have gone into the forest or some unknown place. But as soon as I am awake, I forget all these bodies. Similarly, when one is Krishna conscious, fully devoted, he forgets all his changes of body. We are always changing bodies, beginning at birth from the womb of our mother. But when we are awakened to Krishna consciousness, we forget all these bodies. The bodily necessities become secondary, for the primary necessity is the engagement of the soul in real spiritual life. The activities of devotional service in full Krishna consciousness are the cause of our being situated in the transcendence. The words Bhagavatyatma Samshrayet denote that the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a super soul or the soul of everyone. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. I am the seed of all entities. By taking shelter of the Supreme Being by the process of devotional service, one becomes fully situated in the concept of Supreme Personality of Godhead, as described by Kapila, Mad Guna Shruti Matrena. One who is fully Krishna conscious, situated in the personality of Godhead, is immediately saturated with love of God as soon as he hears about the transcendental qualities of the Lord. Devahuti was fully instructed by her son Kapila Deva on how to concentrate her mind on the Vishnu form in full detail. Following the instructions of her son in the matter of devotional service, she contemplated the form of the Lord within herself with great devotional love. That is the perfection of Brahman realization or the mystic yoga system or devotional service. At the ultimate great issue. When one is fully absorbed in thought of Supreme Lord and meditates on him constantly, that is the highest perfection. Bhagavad Gita confirms that one who is always absorbed in such a way is to be considered the topmost yogi. The real purpose of all process of transcendental realization, Gnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga, is to arrive at the point of devotional service. If one endeavors simply to achieve the knowledge of the Supreme, of the absolute truth or the super soul, but has no devotional service, he labors without gaining the real result. This is compared to beating the husk of wheat after the grains have already been removed. Unless one understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead is to be the ultimate goal, it is valueless simply to speculate or perform mystic yoga practice. In the Ashtanga yoga system, the seventh stage of perfection is dhyana. This dhyana is the third stage in devotional service. There are 9 stages of devotional service. The first is hearing, and then comes chanting, and then contemplating. By executing devotional service, therefore, one automatically becomes an expert gnani and an expert yogi. In other words, gnana and yoga are different preliminary stages of devotional service. Devahuti was expert in accepting the real substance. She contemplated the form of Vishnu in detail as advised by her smiling son Kapila Deva. At the same time, she was thinking of Kapila Deva, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore she completely perfected her austerities, penances, and transcendental realization. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Mumajnana-timirandasya jnananjana-shalakya chakshurudamena tasmai Shri-Gurave Namah. Shri-Chaitanya-manobhishtam sthapitam yena bhutale swayam rupa-kadaam-ahyam dadanti swapatantikam. Namo Vishnu-padaya Krishna-preshtaya bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashatireshadharine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Brahmani avasthita mate Bhagavati Atma Samshraye Nivritta Jiva Patitvat Shina Kleshapta Nirvriti. Translation. Her mind became completely engaged in the Supreme Lord, and she automatically realized the knowledge of the impersonal Brahman. As a Brahman realized soul, she was freed from the designations of the materialistic concept of life. Thus, all material pangs disappeared, and she attained transcendental bliss. Hare Krishna. This is a self-explanatory purport. I don't have to explain anything. Prabhupada have given a perfect purport here. But then still, just little analysis of this statement. So here it is said, when one becomes serious in spiritual life, what happens? Sleep and eating decreases. Okay? But that is which is very difficult to regulate. Yuktahara viharasya. When one engage in devotional service in Krishna consciousness, what happens? We have to regulate the way we sleep. We have to sleep, otherwise we can't do service. But you should sleep 6 hours. So most of the devotees are sleeping in the japa session, sleeping in Bhagavatam class especially. Why? Because you don't get proper sleep. That's because you're not planning your day. Evening you should have your dinner before 7. If you have your dinner prasad before 7 and you sleep by 9:30, 10 o'clock, you should be on your bed. By 9, you should be there. The main problem is with our mobiles. We lose a lot of time. But if you sleep around 9:30, you'll definitely get up by 3:30, 4 o'clock, you're fresh. And what happens to most of you is, you have heavy dinner, like ghee and everything, 1 hour before sleeping. So what happens? Digestion doesn't happen. तो अगर आप सोने के टाइम पे खाता है तो डाइजेशन नहीं होता ना, तो क्या होता है, आपका माइंड स्लीपिंग में है, मतलब माइंड इज वर्किंग बट द बॉडी इज रेस्टिंग बट द होल सिस्टम इज वर्किंग. डाइजेशन होगा तो व्हेन यू गेट अप यू डोंट फील लाइक फ्रेश. बट इफ यू हैव लाइट डिनर बिफोर 7 o'clock, देन 8, 9, 10, 3 hours फॉर डाइजेशन, तो पूरा भोजन मतलब प्रसाद डाइजेस्ट होगा, तो उसके बाद यू विल गेट प्रॉपर स्लीप. So that's our problem. Main problem is we have dinner just before sleeping. So digestion is going on. You are sleeping, but the process is happening. No, energy is needed for metabolism. So what happens? You don't feel like you have taken rest. And then did you all experience? On the day of Ekadashi, we are fresh because we eat light food, fruits or something like that. But Ekadashi is also feasting. My friend was saying, her mother, what she says, if tomorrow is Ekadashi, she says, Kal Ekadashi hai, khalo. Tomorrow is Ekadashi, eat. Okay, and she makes her eat. On Ekadashi day, she's like, Aaj Ekadashi hai, khalo. और कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला. You don't get rice and everything. Eat sabudana, that, this. और द्वादशी के टाइम कल एकादशी था, खा लो. So what are we doing? So Ekadashi is actually feasting for us. So once one brahmachari was there, he was very serious. He saw me eating. I was eating breakfast prasadam so much on Ekadashi. So we were in Vrindavan. So Vrindavan prasadam is so nice. So he kept looking at us. Afternoon also he saw me in the prasadam queue. Evening also he saw me. So he called me. He's like, if you eat in the morning for Ekadashi, you get 25% of the Ekadashi benefit. If you don't eat morning and you eat lunch, you get 50% benefit. You don't eat in the morning but you eat evening, you get 75%. If you don't eat at all, you get 100% benefit. So you're getting only 25%. So चार एकादशी लेना पड़ेगा 100% होने. Sometimes Mataji eat 12 o'clock के बाद. रात पूरा दिन what? Fruits. So some they can regulate, but based on your body, because once Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati went to Gaudiya Mata, it was Nirjal Ekadashi, but all brahmacharis were sleeping. It's like, what is the use? They're like, oh, Nirjal hai, I can't go out, I can't preach, I can't do service. No, that's not. Prabhupada never said Nirjal Ekadashi. Prabhupada said consciousness is important. In fact, one day it was Ekadashi, the devotees forgot, they cooked rice. So when Prabhupada came, it was rice. Prabhupada was like, today is Ekadashi. Like, oh Prabhupada, we got, sometimes confusion hota hai na, matlab ek hi tidhi mein hota hai, Dwadashi, Ekadashi. So they got confused. So rice bana liya aur Bhagwan ko definitely we have to offer. So devotees were confused what to do. And some devotees already had prasadam before Prabhupada came. So Ekadashi is not taken. So Prabhupada's like, don't worry, because not to upset them, he told, hum kal Ekadashi manayega. Aaj, it's okay, you have. So Prabhupada also had rice. So Ekadashi is not just a tithi. No, that's a consciousness. Why we are sleeping less? So that zyada time cooking mein nahi jao. Zyada time jab karo ya Bhagwan ka Bhagavatam padho. Isliye we are not cooking, rice because Papa Purusha is there. That's another story. But why we are making it light on Ekadashi? So that we do more devotional service. It said you should not shave on Ekadashi, you should not cut your nails, cut your hair. Because zyada time lagega na sabke liye. So we don't do that. And the main concentration is our consciousness should be fixed. And on the name of Krishna Prasad, we keep eating. Nobody sleeps during Krishna Prasad, no? Adish Prabhu, you sleep during having prasadam? Why? Because you're so interested. But sometimes during japa, during class, we sleep. Because our interest nahi hai. Hamara man nahi lagta hai. Koi bhi nahi sota hai na prasad ke front mein. Nobody sleeps. Everyone have. Because we're so interested in that. But our taste for Harinam and hearing Krishna Katha is decreasing. So what should we do? First is our sleep. Don't force yourself. I should become like Raghunath Das Goswami, like Haridas Thakur. No. Whatever we can. You know the story of squirrel? Squirrel tha, Lord Ram tab Sedu Mandan build kar raha tha. Tab ek squirrel tha na? Squirrel ko kya bolte hain? Pata hai wo story. So in that Hanuman was taking big rocks. He can do that. What was squirrel doing? Chota sa एक stone. But वो भी सेवा कर रहा था ना उसके हिसाब से. Whatever he can, he is doing. Lord Ram appreciated that. So you should not be like, oh, that devotee is getting up at 2:30. Like I appreciate Shambhu Prabhu. He gets up at 2:30 and he finished some rounds before Japa session. Sachinanda Prabhu gets up at 2 something and 2:30 to 4:30 he finished 16 rounds before Mangalarti. That's all exalted devotees. We can't copy that. We are just neophytes. We just started. So whatever possible we can do, we do. Don't compare your devotional service with others. Facebook में क्या होता है? Life compare होता है ना? वो उसको 2 गाड़ी हो गया, मतलब he has a baby or big house and selfies डालता है.
तो इट्स एक्चुअली कंपैरिजन हैपन. बहुत लोग डिप्रेशन में जाता है फेसबुक से, बिकॉज सी शी इज मोर एडवांस देन मी मटेरियल. दैट्स नॉट नीडेड. ईच वन हैव देयर ओन जर्नी, है ना. आप पिछली जन्म में 1000 माला किया होगा, मैं 2 माला किया होगा. तो आई एम जस्ट स्टार्टिंग. आप तो ऑलरेडी किया है, 50% भक्ति किया था पहले, मतलब पिछले जन्म में. तो यू आर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 51%. तो उसमें क्यों कंपेयर करना है. तो बी सेटिस्फाइड, बट दैट डजंट मीन वी शुड नॉट इम्प्रूव. पिछले एकादशी में मैं मतलब 16 माला किया, इस एकादशी में आई डू 20. So compare about yourself. So here Prabhupada mentions, I'm talking about myself also. I'm not a person to authority to advise anyone, but I'm just for myself also. Always compare how your devotional service was before and now. Okay, last Ekadashi I was reading only 1 page Prabhupada book. Now I'll read more, 2. Some people what they do during Purushottam month, Kartik month, ऐसा बोलेगा कि 64 माला, like 64 I'll do. पहली दिन करता है, दूसरा दिन again 16. So you should put a standard which is okay for you. मतलब जो कुछ हम कर सकते हैं उसी मतलब you should make the regulation. So here it is said in Bhagavad Gita also, युक्ताहार विहारस्य युक्तचेतस्य युक्तचेतस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः. युक्त आहार विहारस्य, the sleeping has to be regulated and eating. So he who is regulated in habits of eating and sleeping, recreation work, can mitigate all material pains by practicing of yoga system. Then only can we advance. Okay, we have to have a habit of regulating eating. Prabhupada says, you have your prasadam, and when some Prabhu comes and say, Prabhu, ek aur chapati lega, thoda rice lega, you should say no. Because as Namaneshwar Prabhu is saying, half of your stomach should be full with food, half should be empty. 1/4 water, 1/4 air. Then only you'll feel light. Agar if you eat till the throat, then pura lazy, whole day you'll be lazy. So that is one thing. Doesn't mean you should undereat. इतना एक ही रोटी खाना है, नहीं. You need energy to do service. So you should know. I know about my diet. How am I? Am I okay? Do I want 3 chapatis or 4 chapatis? I know myself. Others don't know. So you should regulate yourself. And sleeping also. So best thing is we have to have a dinner early, light dinner, and at least 3 hours for digestion, and then you sleep. Then when you sleep, 6 hours should be like proper 6 hours you should get. If you sleep less, then you're going to sleep in the japa session. So if you are serious, if you want to do good japa, then you have to plan the previous day. Okay. So Prabhupada mentions here how we should control our eating and sleeping. The nectar of instruction says, Atyahara prayasya prajalpa niyamagraha jana sangasya laulyamcha shadbir bhakti vinashyati. So 6 things which destroy bhakti. Ati ahara, eating too much. Eating too much, atihara also means collecting too much. So Rupa Goswami says, अगर एक बैग राइस रास्ते में मिला, वो टूटा हुआ था, तो चिड़िया आता है ना, और एक दो राइस लेके जाता है. अगर हम गया तो क्या करेगा, पूरा उठा के जाएगा ना, है ना. नॉर्मल, दैट्स ह्यूमन मेंटालिटी ना, ओवर कलेक्टिंग. तो आज मुझे 1 बैग मिल गया, कल 2 मिला तो that greed comes, है ना. So we won't be peaceful. Grihasthas can have, brahmacharis and sannyasis and vanaprasthas, they completely depend totally on Krishna, but Grihasthas, yes, but then not much. As Rupa Goswami says, we can't give 50% to Krishna consciousness, not everyone. But somebody was asking yesterday, how can we help Namaneshwar Prabhu? How can we do service? We are not in temple. हम कैसे सेवा कर सकते हैं? तो सच्चिदानंद प्रभु ने बोला कि क्योंकि Namaneshwar Prabhu एक बड़ा मंदिर बिल्ड कर रहे हैं और he is doing preaching, आप उसका मदद कर सकते हैं. How can we help him? With our Lakshmi. You can donate for the temple. In that way, you are also being a part of the project, right? Prabhupada says that we have to be like that, at least all grihasthas. So here it says how we should control. Atihara prayasyasya. So over collecting, over endeavoring for something, that should not be done. Whatever according to your destiny will come, right? आप कुछ पुण्य किया होगा पिछले जन्म में, उसी हिसाब से आपको सब कुछ मिलेगा इस जन्म में. You should not, if you put extra effort, it's not going to stay. You will get depressed. So what I feel like we don't get what we desire, we get what we deserve. इच्छा सभी कर सकता है, मुझे भी अंबानी जैसा अमीर होना है, हो जाएगा? We don't. We can dream, but we get what we deserve. So that is in Krishna's hand. Okay. So here it is said, our goal should be to please Krishna. So if we don't please Krishna, it's like beating a paddy without paddy inside the husk. Okay. Swanishtit dharma swanishtita pumsa vishwaksena kadasuya notpayate yadirabi shramai eva hi kevalam. So that is just waste of time. If you're not taking shelter of Krishna, whatever we have, it's just waste. Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions, Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastram Japastapa Apranaseva Dehasya Mandanam Loga Ranjana. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya. If you don't have Bhakti, Jati Shastram Japastapa. Whatever Jati caste you are, high caste, whatever. Jati Shastram, how much of a Shastra you know, philosophical knowledge. Japas, tapa, whatever tapas, austerity you do, it's like apranasya dehasya mandanam logaran, decorating dead body. एक dead body क्या बोलते हैं? हाँ शव, हाँ तो उसके शरीर में कुछ मेकअप या कुछ ऑर्नामेंट्स डाला तो क्या फायदा? कुछ फायदा नहीं है ना. तो इसी तरह if you don't have bhakti, if your goal is not to please Krishna, whatever we do, it's like decorating a dead body. We should not do that. So main goal is to become Krishna conscious. So here it is said that we should, so Krishna can be realized in three forms. Prabhupada mentions Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan concept. And Bhagavan is the highest. So Bhagavatam also explains that. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavani shabdate. So Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagavan. Okay. Why is Bhagavan the absolute? Because that is Satchidananda, and we can have a relationship with Brahman. Brahman, there's a limit for this Brahman. You can't have a relationship with Brahman. So big purport, Srila Prabhupada has given beautiful explanation. He says that the perfection of Brahman realization of mystic yoga, Brahman realization is less when it compared to devotional service. So ultimate aim is to have absorbed in the thought of Supreme Lord and meditate on Him. That's the highest perfection. As the topmost yogi, yogi nama sarvesham, it says. So highest yogi is Bhagavan realization. अगर आपको 1000 रुपए है तो उसमें 500 और 100 रुपए भी है ना. You have 1000 rupees, you already have 500 and 100. So if you know Bhagavan, you already know Brahman and Paramatma. अलग से उनके जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, because you know the highest. Okay, that's Bhagavan concept. So that Prabhupada says here, and also he says that you should understand the goal of devotional service. The 9 stages, the first is hearing. कल भी हम बात किया श्रवण के बारे में. So hearing is very, very important in our life. So what we hear, it's Shabda Brahman. It's Shabda. It's like the Shruti. That's why the Puranas, they are all called Shruti, Smriti, Purana. The Shruti. Shruti means Shravana. You have to hear the Shrutis. That's how you learn. Okay, hearing. So there was one boy, he went to Gurukul. There was a Gurukul. So he went there, and tomorrow was some festival. So the teacher said everyone should get some bhog, some food items from home. So they started bringing, but he was very poor that his mother could not supply anything. Because when you give for a festival, you should give like more. So if less if you give, it's not enough. So what happened? He went to his mother. And mother was a devotee. So mother said, Krishna is Dina Bandhu. Dina Bandhu means he is the relative of even the poorest person for everyone. So the son asked, where can I find him? She's like, you asked Dina Bandhu. So where can I find him? Okay, he's in the forest. So the child ran, Dina Bandhu, where are you, where are you? So mother have told about Krishna's form to him. Like he has a beautiful peacock feather and a flute and 3-fold bended with yellow dhoti. So he was constantly thinking, because mother told him and he heard it perfectly, he was constantly meditating on that form of Krishna. And he saw Dinabandhu in the forest because Krishna wanted to reciprocate. So Krishna appeared and he asked, what do you want? Oh, tomorrow there's a festival in my Gurukul. You should give me something so that I can give my teacher. So he got a small pot of curd, yogurt. He's like, this is enough. He's like, just go and give to the teacher. So he ran and gave to the teacher. The teacher criticized him in front of everyone. Arey, everyone is bringing 5 kg, 10 kg things. You are bringing a small pot of curd. What is the use? So he's like, this is what I have. I don't have anything. So the teacher made prasadam next day and was giving to everyone. Every prasadam got over, but the curd pot, how much ever curd you put, again it was full. Again you put, again it was full. It's like Akshaya Patra. Krishna gave it. So the teacher finally realized what mistake he had done, because that child got hurt because he criticized him in front of everyone. The teacher went with that pot and said, this is the yogurt only remaining. Rest every prasadam got over, but the yogurt, how much ever I take, it's full, because it's given by Krishna. How did that child develop that faith in Krishna? By hearing. Start hearing about Krishna from his mother. She was a devotee, so he heard from the right source in the right way. If he thinks mother is faking, then he won't have much faith. Krishna won't appear. So what is important is, Prabhupada says, you should have faith in Bhagavad Gita. Like when Krishna says, the 10th chapter, I am that, I am this, all the opulences, Nakshatrana, Maham Shashi, I am the moon, I am the sun. So if you doubt, if you start doubting, then it will not affect you. It will not affect you. So if you want to really advance, you should take Bhagavad Gita as it is, not doubting. Because it's spoken by Krishna. Prabhupada translated it and gave. Prabhupada didn't edit or delete anything. He was a postman. If Prabhupada and Acharyas believe in Krishna's words, who are we to doubt? And those who doubt Shastras will fall down. So we should not doubt. We can have right type of doubts in the sense to clear our concept, but not doubting the statement of Krishna. Okay, so here Devahuti actually, so who is more merciful, Krishna or Krishna's holy name? कौन बहुत दयालु है, कृष्णा या उनका नाम? How do you say? What? Krishna is not different from the holy name, but still कौन more दयालु है? मतलब who is more merciful, name or Krishna? Yes, Suresh Prabhu.
We are able to take the Naam Mataji.
Name, not Krishna, but he says Krishna is not different from the name.
Okay, is it because devotee has given us the name?
Devotee have given the name, that's nice. Okay. Devotee have given Krishna also. During Diksha, what is happening? Guru will give Krishna to us. Shubham Prabhu.
Can I explain with Rama? Rama had to build with stones and other things, but to reach Sri Lanka. But Hanuman just said the name of Ram, and he could immediately jump over the sea and reach Sri Lanka. So the Namavali is much. That's what I
That's
feel.
a nice example. And also when they put stones, the stone was floating because Ram ka naam likha hua tha. Hai na? Okay, that is nice. Hanuman took Lord Ram's name and went to Lanka, but Lord Ram personally could not go. Okay.
Mataji, one more thing I had heard, like when Lord Rama when personally present, he liberated few of them, but then after when he finished his pastime also, even Krishna, Rama, still so many people are getting liberated. That is because of the holy name. I don't know this.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji, can you repeat?
Mataji, when Lord Rama and Lord Krishna was personally present in this material world, they liberated, okay, many of them. But then now, even after their disappearance, the holy Naam is liberating the people.
Okay. Kalikale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. So in Krishna has come in holy name in Kali Yuga. So what? Anunay Gupta Mataji. Hare Krishna. Want to say something? Okay, so which are the instances in Bhagavatam where the holy name saved the devotee, but not Krishna personally?
Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlad, yes, when last Narasimhadev appeared, but before that, when he was put when he was put in boiling oil and pushed from the cliff and under the elephant, Nama only saved him. Yes. Then Ajamila, very nice example. Krishna didn't come there personally. He just called Narayan. Gajendra said Gajendra Moksha, and finally the Lord appeared, but then yes, he called out.
Draupadi Mataji.
Draupadi, good. Draupadi called out to the Lord, good. Then, who else? So that means Nama is so powerful, na? But then why Krishna appears then?
Dhruva Maharaj.
Dhruva Maharaj.
Valmiki Mataji, Valmiki. Just by taking
Valmiki, yes, he chanted Mara and it became Rama, okay. But अगर कृष्ण भगवान का नाम आपको बचा सकता है तो भगवान क्यों अवतार हुआ? Why did he appear then? नाम can save you, no?
To give pleasure to his devotees.
That is how we are calling him. Mataji.
To
To
give
do
pleasure.
fastings with the devotees.
Yeah.
Mataji.
Krishna appears to give pleasure to his devotees and to do his fasting. Okay, लीला करने के लिए और भक्तों को आनंद देने के लिए. Krishna didn't appear for परित्राणाय साधुना विनाशाय च दुष्कृता धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय. That Krishna's holy name only can do. है ना? Holy name can save. But then why Krishna personally came? To do pastimes and to give pleasure to his devotees, to give anandaya, happiness to his devotees. That is the real reason. Bhagavad Gita level 1 reason is this. But level 2, when you go to level 5, Bhakti Shastri, when you advance in Krishna consciousness, you know, Krishna appeared to do his pastime and to give pleasure to his devotees. That is more important for Krishna. Okay, so Nama and Nami, when you say Abhinatvam Nama Namina, there's no difference between holy name and Krishna, but holy name is more powerful. Oh, it's time. So I'll stop with this. Namashtaka by Rupa Goswami. So Namashtaka in Rupa Goswami, I'm not going to the verses. Verse 4 and 6 for your reference. Here if you say verse 6, the holy name you have manifested in two forms. One is the Supreme Person and the sound vibration. We know that the second form is even more merciful than the first, because although a person may commit many offenses to your first form, he will still plunge into the ocean of bliss by serving your second one with his voice. Haristane aparade, tare hari naam, tumastana aparade, nahi paritran. Haristane aparade. If we do some offense to Krishna, like during your service, something, then your holy name will save you. Tare hari naam. So that's why hari naam is more merciful. Got it? So Krishna came in two form, person Krishna and his holy name. But holy name is more merciful. Although we commit offense to Krishna's form, holy name will save us. Holy name will still keep us here. Okay, Shri Radha Govind ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So I'll stop with this. One more thing. The fourth verse says, fourth one. O holy name, the Vedas declare that although meditation or on impersonal Brahman cannot bring freedom from past karma, your appearance on the tongue of the chanter at once make all karma disappear. अगर भगवान का नाम एक बार जप किया तो पूरा कर्म नाश हो जाएगा. But on meditating on the Brahman, nothing can happen. So this is the power of the Holy Ghost. This is Namashtaka. You can refer. Very nicely said. Very, very beautifully written by Rupa Goswami. So this says that the holy name is more powerful than Krishna himself. Taramadya sarvashreshta nama sankirtan niraparade nama laye payo premadan. Chaitanya Charitamrita Lila says, Taramadya sarvashreshta nama sankirtan. Out of all the 9 devotional service, nama sankirtan, chanting the holy name is the best. And niraparade nama laye. If you take holy name without offense, you get paya prema then. You get Krishna prema. That's what we all want, no? So it is very difficult to reach Shuddhanam, but we try. Of the 9 process of devotional service, the most important is to chant the holy name. And if we do by avoiding the 10 kind of offenses, then we obtain the valuable love of God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone. Priyadarshini Mandachi, Namashtaka is by Rupa Goswami. Just type Namashtaka and you'll get it. And the explanation is so beautiful. Why we are learning all this? So that we chant the holy name sincerely. So from tomorrow, I hope all of you have dinner early. I mean, today itself, you should plan like that. If tomorrow you want to chant well, then today have dinner early, light dinner, sleep properly, and then you'll have a nice japa session. And when your japa session goes well, when you do your 16 rounds perfectly, then rest everything is like easy. Hare Krishna everyone, thank you for joining. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हरे कृष्णा।